Karibu sana.
Asante.
Uko sawa?
Kabisa.
Hey, nakwambia I can't remember the last time I said fastest rising female gospel artist.
Wow.
Kwa sababu watu wajakuwa kiimba. I've realized the whole industry mademo wote wale wako get into marriage na wakaacha kuimba. Sijui kama marriage ile kila anointing. Sasa wewe ndio umebaki.
Really?
Yeah. Tell me about your journey. How long have you been in the industry?
Professionally since 2011.
Professionally?
Yes.
Before that?
Nilikuwa kwa church nikiimba from Sunday school literally.
Oh, church gani?
Yes. Nimeanza Sunday school. I was in my dad's church. I'm actually a pastor's kid, so my dad has been a bishop. Mimi nimegrow church.
Wanasema pastor's kid ndio wabaya. Hebu ni ukweli.
Mimi ni ule mzuri.
Hapana,
no, mimi ni mzuri.
Pastor's kid ndio wabaya kabisa. Number 2, mimi vile nimeona pastor's kid kwanza. Wote kwanza ni vichwa ngumu. Number 2, wanaona ngome make it. You know my dad is a pastor. Baba I'm the bishop of church. Which church is that?
CCA.
CCA iko wapi?
Huwezi jua. Haiko huko Nairobi kwa Ushago. Iko Ushago.
Anaitwa Bishop nani?
Bishop Nelson Marimu.
Of course, Bishop Nelson Marimu, of course,
yes.
I celebrate, I appreciate you, sir. And of course, all the congregants that are watching there.
Thank you.
So that's where you started singing?
Yes, so I've sung all my life, as long as I can remember.
Wow.
So while my dad was preaching, I was the girl who was singing and leading praise and worship in church.
Kuna day ulitoka church kufika home, buda wako kauliza ni what was that you were singing? I didn't feel you in the spirit today.
No.
No,
because unajua hiyo church, let me put it this way, hawako wameingia kwa hako na hiyo spirit mingi. It's religion.
Aina unaijo. Devil will chew you. Shetani tunakutafuna.
No, that haikuwa na hiyo. Ilikuwa tu ile mtaratara tu. You know the way procedures from here tunapiga magoti, tunasimama, yani hivyo. So hakukuwa na hizo. My dad was always so proud of me. So I think that most of the time ningeiva vibaya angeniambia.
Kuna day ungefeel unaimba vibaya.
Yeah.
Leo nimeimba na flesh.
No. And then tulikuwa na ufala ingine hapo ya utoto. When everybody's rising up to be a singer. So there was competition. Someone inaendelea, alafu all of a sudden mtu anatokea na songs. Yuko unajua church kai.
Hizo ni church. Kakamega tulikuwa na hiyo tabia.
Katikati ya someone tu, yani muimbaji ametokea tu somewhere in the congregation na kaeka tu wimbo. So we used to have that kind of. Ametoka wimbo. Ngoja hiyo una time sasa ingine.
So ulimabaka high school? Yeah,
so I've sung in choirs, I've sung all over.
Wow.
Yes, I was just singing. And I wasn't missing anything.
Sasa umetoka high school umeingia sasa youth church. Kwa sasa unajua temba uko deep kwa ministry, uko deep kwa una serve God. Ulikuwa na Charlie?
Yep.
Pia alikuwa hapo youth pastor?
No. Kwa church. I was not there because number 1, my mom alikuwa mkali. My mom, yani ile ukali ya military. So ile tulikuwa tunamuogopa, unaweza imagine tu. Hata ukifikiria tu Charlie.
So you can imagine love like unafikiria wewe.
Unasema yani ni kama madhe atajua. She was so alikuwa hivyo. Yani ungeimagine anaweza read your mind. So hata ukiandikiwa, those 2 letters boys used to write alafu wanaingiza kwa kitabu. Ukipata hivi, yani unakimbia nayo kwa madhe kama umetetemeka yako yote.
Unapelekea mama?
Because the fear of akijua mimi nimedai.
Na sasa ukimpelekea
anasoma na bado utapigiwa matele, utachapwa on top of that. Kwa nini boys wanakuandikia barua?
Unajua hao siku hizo wana DM-iana.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, let's meet at Quiver. Na already by Quiver your time Ian wewe umespinuka, huyu amekutana leo DM-iana leo. Sisi ni kwa whole process.
Yeah.
I don't know who lied to us in high school we were dating. When we were just seeing each other 3 times a year.
Barua.
April, August, December. Atoje mimi na date. Demu yako kwa wapi? Demu yako kwa Jinga High.
Mimi nilibambika na ati unalamba stamp ndio.
Ndio, yeah.
Alafu na perfume.
Ndio.
Ulikuwa na perfume. Sika ulikuwa na perfume ulikuwa Miss.
Bas, that one.
Unakafanya.
Alafu na wewe demu ukipata hiyo barua wakundu na inusa kwanza.
Wewe ulifanya hizi vitu.
Ndio jo unapendwa.
Sasa madhana. Sasa wewe ni mkubwa. Sasa madhana.
And na father watch.
Oh my goodness.
He's not watching, so it's fine.
Is there any point whereby you felt like you are missing this other side of the world, the fun, the sherehe? What am I feel apana?
Yeah.
I'm growing up, I'm a youth. Lazima niende dunda.
I tried.
Miaka ngapi?
Si miaka.
Humble now. You're like, yeah, by the way.
Yeah, I tried, really, because ilifika point, nimetoka high school, here I am, nimejoin college, so the freedom is there, madhea yuko, fadhea yuko. So I was like, why not? You know?
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
When huyo na use?
Nikajaribu one time, it didn't work out.
Mara moja tu?
Yeah. This life is not for me.
Tuambie siri ni nini? Tuambie siri. So you just, do you remember the club that you went to?
No, it wasn't a club. Ilikuwa disco matanga.
Na ndo ulijaribu ikakuwa ngumu.
It was tough by the I was checking, serious.
We are blaming the person who died. What is that one thing that made you're like, when you go home, you're like, you know what, this is not me and this is not my path?
Number one, the fear that I had to deal with. Yani nilikuwa nimepanic the whole time.
Ni matanga, matanga for even mother is kwa matanga.
Si wacha nikwambie, home kwetu curfew ilikuwa ni 5. Hiyo 5:10 umetoka wapi? Kama ni matanga wewe sio priest na wewe sio
wewe si mkufi.
Wewe si mkufi, unafanya nini usiku? We were not allowed to. So yeah, the music was so good. Yani, the music was good. I'm like,
you tell me niko ngoma gani?
So nikahepa na kwa ni Franco.
Franco.
Yeah, ilikuwa imeshika by the way.
Ole na matanga
ukasikia. Nikahepa na my brothers na cousin yangu tukaenda disco matanga. Oh, you don't want to hear the rest of the story.
I have the time.
You know.
Ulichapa drink?
No, sikuchapa drink. The problem was, unajua sasa hizo that time hakukuwa na stima, walikuwa natumia generator, so stima iko imefika. So at one point generator ikaisha mafuta.
Katikati ya matanga?
Yes, katikati ya matanga, katikati ya disco. Wacha generator ishe mafuta, darkness, shua. Na hapa nilikuwa nimekuja na my 2 brothers na cousin yangu. So unajua vile yani kila mtu alikuwa anakimbia. But I think sasa pia then boys wamespot wale wa demu wameona. Kidogo unashika mtu amekushika hapa. The fear, my goodness.
Unamzali kugrab nyash?
Hapana. But you see you're also trying to grab somebody. No muita.
Ile matanga endelea mimi nakufa na hizi.
No, but I was lucky my brothers were there. So yeah.
Wapi pia walikuwa wanataka kugrab nyash?
No, vile stima ilipotea, they knew they have to look for me, otherwise they'll be in trouble hata ingia home bila mimi.
Matanga next ingekuwa ni yao.
Sasa ilibi nikaona you experience and then the tension all that time nilikuwa tense.
So time
na imagine tu esa madhia kikuja hapa sisi zote yani we are dead.
Time unakuja Nairobi?
Hiyo time sikuwa nimekaa Nairobi.
Unalikuwa Nairobi when?
Nimekuja Nairobi sasa vile nimemaliza high school. Actually hiyo time naenda disco matanga is in between unangoja umemaliza high school unangoja results so una feel wewe ni mkubwa, you know.
So Nairobi ukakuja kwa anko.
So Nairobi nikakuja sasa kwa my sister. My big sister alikuwa Nairobi. Nikakuja kwa my big sister. Nikaanza kole, nikaona I have freedom, I can. Yeah, nilijaribu but it didn't work out.
Ile bado unaimba ama usayo umeka?
No, bado niko church. I'm a good girl just trying to experience the other side of life yenye sikuwa ni.
Najua mimi usema muziki ya mapasta wako shago DJ Ian. Mapasta wako shago anahubiria mzee anasema nyinyi hamja kula maisha. Kabla niokoke nilikula maisha. Mtu hajapita Samagogo. Ujafika Nairobi uingie loft. Uingie kuiva. Ndio useme umekula maisha.
Yeah, wakaja
kukutana na Yesu. Nyamaza hapo ulikula maisha na disco matanga kama haji hapa.
Yeah.
So now
anyway.
What have you done? What were you doing like professionally before you got into music?
Well, I'd gone through training, I'd gone through college, so I had a job. I had a job as a finance administrator.
Woo!
So you see, all this time, I'm in church, I'm singing. Yes, I had always had the desire to record my own music, but I was so scared kuingia studio. Because those, yani nilikuwa naona the likes of Esther Wahome, you know the big names.
Yes.
Yani walikuwa wananitishia maisha kabisa, I was so scared.
Kwa nini?
Sasa una imagine sasa nitaimbaje na Esther na kwani mimi naweza toa ngoma kama ya huyu? Will I even make it? Unaona? Yani kafia tu ilikuwa imenisumbua. So anyway, 2011 a friend of mine pushes me to the studio. And wewe umeimba hii kitu for too long, twende. Ingia ndani studio ndio hii. Nikapata na producer mpoa sana. I was as nervous as hell itself, believe me. Nilikuwa nimeshtuka yangu yote.
Ngoro pale zile.
Sauti ya hicho.
Ulitry kurap. Kila every artist tried rapping.
Check.
1 2 1 2. Ninakuja na my boo. Nimekuja number 2.
Nimekuja na ubaya.
Mimi na ubaya.
Ndio hiyo ubaya sikuwa nayo.
Unakuja
Sikuwa na hiyo ubaya. Mimi nikuja na kitabu yangu imejaa songs nimeandika sijui tangu.
Kutoka high school.
Kutoka high school nimekuja nayo.
Which is the first ever track, your first ever song?
As long as you're not looking for it. Inaitwa Unatawala. Usitafute.
Hiyo ndio tafuta personally nilichoza.
Usijaribu. Usijaribu. So I did my first album in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah. Unatawala. Wow, I never listened to it. Siwezi hata. Excuse. I can't. Siwezi. It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey.
Yeah, how bad was this? Adi album yake kwanza hizi sikiza.
Usijaribu kutoka.
Wacha nitafute.
Huwezi pata.
Tupate wiki.
Hebu ingia YouTube.
Tupate wiki.
Agie Mugeni. Utawala.
Unatawala.
Unatawala.
But anyway.
It's my
testimony.
Who is this one artist that you're always looking at that time or now that you're like, you know what, I want to touch lives and do music like that person?
You know, growing up, I grew up with Mary Atieno songs.
Woo!
Believe me, that lady blessed my life.
Oh, this generation.
She's the one who, I drew my passion and, the love for music from her. And I've always wanted to maintain, because she's done music for posterity. Yeah. Even if you listen to those songs today, they're still as powerful as they were then.
Kuna ngoma moja mpenda yake ya even ilikuwa kijaka. Jeni ni nyasa nyalo timo du tote
nyasa nyalo timo du
tote. You guys will understand. Now, Mary Atieno.
Yes.
I don't know who you guys consider as the biggest gospel artist sai. Since you grow, that was the woman. She's blind, eh? She cannot see. I think she's a teacher at Buruburu Girls.
Yes, she is.
Her mother alikuwa the biggest on her own. In fact, akina Mary Atieno na akina Emikoske, akina Emikoske na Esther Woma walikuwa wanakuja chini yake.
Yeah.
Yeye alikuwa akishaanza afanyanga hivi, alikuwa anaimba akifanya hivi. Naingia Jerusalem. Hey, Mary, Agie mom, wherever you are, if you can host you on the show. Hey, did you ever nitafutie namba ya Mary Atieno? Ngoma gani nyingine? Bas, nyinyi mnajua hao wanacheza kwa club siku hizi.
Gani hiyo?
Song they know. Adamu na Eva.
Yes.
Unaona kweli ni walevi nyinyi. Kama si club mngejua. Hebu tafuta ngoma alikuwa Adamu na Eva walitumwa damu ya si. Au bwanake alikuwa anatoa hapo nyuma. Hebu kamera ni nini? Bwanake alikuwa anatoa hapo nyuma anafanya hiyo. Alikuwa Tomo Minde.
Tomo Minde, yes. Pastor Minde.
Alikuwa simamanga hapa nyuma yake. Ada baka leo. Akodile. Lakini mom Mary Atieno alikuwa akisema nanga hivi. Adamu na Eva walitenda. Let me tell you. Mary Atieno did, I think she did the most cheapest videos ever. Because camera is songi.
By the way, it's true. The camera does not move. Hapo na ni hapo.
So ilikuwa wazo ni sit kuna shine.
Yeah.
Hapa ya gospel.
Yes.
No time kuna Joy Bringers.
Yes, Joy Bringers.
Oh my God.
Yes, Joy Bringers.
Hizo Esther Woma amevaa miwani kubwa zimefunika mpaka forehead.
Wait, kwa mpole.
We need to call these ladies and just celebrate them on the show. We need to do that.
Yeah.
So Mary Atieno, she inspired you.
Yes, she did.
Have you ever met her?
Yes, I did. I met her a few years back.
How did it feel?
Oh my goodness. When I met Mary Atieno, I'd just released the first album. And I was feeling so good about myself. I felt that, hey, I finally did it.
Unatawala.
Yeah, so when I met her, and I told her my desire, how I admired her, and we talked. I felt so good. So she asked me for one song that she may listen to one of my songs. My goodness. So when she listened, oh no, it's fine, it's okay.
I don't think so much, isn't it? It sounds actually nice.
Believe me, I know what you don't know. Okay. Yes, yeah, but I appreciate that humble beginning. Believe me, I really do appreciate.
And here you are.
Yeah,
so she got to listen to one of your songs?
Yeah, so she listened to one of my songs and she gave me a very, like a true picture, she was so true. You know, she was so real.
She was honest.
She was brutally honest.
Well, you know what
oh yes, and I do appreciate. She pointed out my mistakes. She told me you need to have courage. I remember she prayed for me because that whole album, when you listen to it, you see fear. You can hear fear in the voice.
Oh.
Yeah, it was that bad.
So, and now from 2011 to 2023, that's more than almost 13 years.
Yes.
What have you learned over the years that now you feel like your music sounds better now? And apart from you just selling, it can actually touch souls and minister to people.
One of my greatest lessons, number one, is to be very consistent. In music, you have to consistently do things that make you grow. Train vocally, listen to other people's music, associate yourself with people who are better than you. And then mostly also listen, relate with people who can criticize you. If you surround yourself with people who will always clap for you.
Always clapping for you.
You'll never grow. Because, oh, that's a good song. Oh, that was nice. Oh, you will never grow. So it is good to hear people, listen to people who will criticize you and tell you, kuna kitu umefanya hapo, hii ni mbovu.
Your family, have they listened to your music?
Oh yeah, my family has listened to my music.
Wanasemaje?
No, ni my fans number one. They'll always clap for me. Believe me, they always. They were so proud of me.
They were like, what?
Wow.
Hey,
In fact, I remember that time. I was actually the first person in my family to ever produce music professionally. Radio. Yeah, I have four others of my cousins and sister who also sing. They're also singing professional music right now. But I was the first one, and they clapped for me through that whole album. But I could listen, and I'm like, no, I don't want to hear. I switch it off.
Woo!
Yep. So
this is such a beautiful story. So now allow me to ask.
Yes.
Because for some reason I'm saying this because my very good brother Didiero is behind the camera there, and him and I have been part of the gospel industry for the longest time, seeing it grow. When the likes of Bahati, Willie Paul, Benachi, when they were coming up as young men, and we were there, bringing them in and showing them way, and and all of a sudden, at some point, the gospel ministry industry just went silent.
Sadly, yeah.
What do you think happened?
I think it was just a season of, if I may say, when the foundations are shaken. Okay, when the foundations are shaken, those who don't have a strong foundation are likely to fall. Okay. The strong will stand. So at one point, the foundations have to be shaken.
To separate the good.
To separate yeah, exactly. So when the foundations are shaken, and I think that is exactly what happened. But I know even those who fell off, it's a learning season. It's a season where they have to learn the other side. Before you can actually rise up and dust yourself, you must have licked the ground, at least. Utaanguka, but you will still rise up if you're willing to rise up. So for me, that's what I believe. That's what happened, that the gospel industry was shaken.
Because I know at that time, my goodness.
It's just a wake up.
We had the biggest the two biggest award ceremonies in the whole country.
Oh, yeah.
Groove and of course Mafaka Awards by Didiero. Then all the charts on radio and TV. Remember that time I was at Milele FM at that time, and we would only play gospel music. Were the ones which were being played most, and that's what guys used to request most. In clubs, DJs like Ian would only play gospel music. What would get guys up. Sahi nafika point yani ni secular artists wanaimba gospel. Akina Hate Band, Akina BN. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how did we get to this point?
We are coming back.
Good.
We are coming back, and we are
No,
coming back with a card.
When I look at the likes of you, and I look at the likes of Pitson and Karura Voices,
Yes,
and
yeah.
Guardian Angel was really stood firm in ministry. I think probably we still have hope.
Yes, we have hope. We have hope. There are so many. And what I've also discovered, there are so many gospel musicians out there that are just waiting to be discovered. They're just waiting to, you know, like pop up.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, you are an advocate for sickle cell anemia.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I have a son. My last born son, he's now 12 years, was born with sickle cell anemia. So we've had to walk through this journey of sickle cell all these years. Very gruesome. Sickle cell is a menace. It is bad. It is bad. Yeah, sickle cell can really drain you. So, but by the grace of God, almost 3 years ago, we went through bone marrow transplant in India.
Wow.
And now he's sickle cell free.
Ooh.
So, hallelujah.
That is
amen. Glory to God. So out of this experience, we just felt the burden that we need to encourage other parents who are going through the same thing. We call them sickle cell warriors.
Tushikilie hapo.
They are warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are having such a beautiful, beautiful conversation. And of course, an exclusive with the one and only Agie Mugeni, of course, live on Ofweneke tonight. When we come back, we talk about more about her projects. And of course, we talk about her project in terms of music and even in terms of the sickle cell warriors. Is it? That's how we call them. Yeah. And that is right. After the break. And also, when we come back, we shall be having word on the street as well. What Kenyans say on the street. This is Ofweneke tonight. We'll see after the short break. Wapi makofi. And of course, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Dr. Ofweneke tonight, Kenya's #1 comedy talk show. My name is the Eagle himself, the Duke of Kakamega. Dr. Ofweneke is my name. Alongside a beautiful story, a beautiful exclusive with the one and only Agie Mugeni live on the show. Mom, before I release you, before we went on a break, you were telling me about the sickle cell warriors.
Yes.
And of course, and I'm really happy to hear that, of course, the young man is now okay.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how tough it is in terms of financially, psychologically, emotionally to just go through that whole process of the whole operation and the transplant.
Yeah.
How hard is it? I mean,
apparently it's not that hard. It's just an expensive process. And of course, India makes it look very easy. So although it's a process that takes a long time, you have to stay, the whole process about 5 months.
Oof.
Yeah, from the day of the transplant, you have to stay for 5 months, the whole process. Because you'll go through chemo first. After you finish your cycle of chemo, then they do the transplant. Then now they manage the post-transplant complications because they always pop up. So it's an expensive, process,
course, yeah.
Yes, but it is doable. It is doable. And with the Kenyan spirit of Harambee, because that's how we got to do ours. That's how we got to do it.
How much did it cost roughly? Allow me to ask.
Overall cost, accommodation, medical, the whole process costed at about 6M. And that was during COVID time.
What?
Yes, during COVID time.
How do you guys travel? I mean...
Actually, we traveled in 2020. 2020 is when we left Kenya to go to India. And COVID had just started. So when COVID was getting worse, we were already in the process. And it was really bad. In fact, my son got COVID while we were in India.
This is a testimony.
Yep.
So umlika India yote yote?
Yes, your time yote.
For almost, was it almost 2 years?
No, we stayed in India for 5 months. Then after that, now you have the follow-up treatments, which you go once a year or twice a year, depending on how the child is responding.
So,
Yeah,
so what is the sickle cell warriors? What are you doing now in terms of?
So right now, we are working with sickle cell children, and mostly we are looking for the, should I call them the less fortunate ones who are not able to afford their medication because they need to take medicine every day, they need to eat well. So if you go to places like in the village, I've seen it even in my village, the parents are not able to afford to give the child medication on a daily basis. So they're like, okay, I give you good food, you know, the rest we leave it to God because they can't afford it. It's an expensive thing.
True, I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. So they can't afford it. So what we are putting together right now, what we are working on putting together is to get people, friends, who are able to adopt a child or two, just to support them with the medication only.
Beautiful.
Exactly. So, and we thank God for that. That is the burden that we have, and that is what we have started working on. Provide medicine for these children.
Please give guys context how they can. Please just look at that camera.
Yeah.
How can guys reach you? How can guys reach you? How can guys reach you?
Please send me an email at agiemugeni@gmail.com.
Spell it for them.
Agie Mugeni, AGIEMUGENI @gmail.com. Let me know your location, give me your contacts, then we'll reach out to you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
As we finish,
Yes.
your music project,
Yeah.
what are we working on right now?
Right now, we are promoting the album that we just launched in July. We released...
Finally, this one you have listened to yourself.
This one, I am so proud of it. I'm so proud of it.
Beautiful, huh?
And I'm still growing. Nice. So that's the most important thing. I'm still growing. And I'm really trusting God that even the next projects are going to be much, much better than this one.
Amen to that.
So that is what we are working on in this season. We are still promoting that album. Today, we just released a Christmas song for every Kenyan. So other than that, we are picking up with the sickle cell event strongly. In January, we want to make it bigger than it is right now.
Nice one.
So mainly,
where
that's
can
what
guys
we're doing.
get your music? Where can guys get
You can get me on YouTube at Agie Mugeni. All my social media handles
What?
at Agie Mugeni. kuna complication, very simple. Just Agie Mugeni everywhere, and you'll find my music on YouTube as well.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Agie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
And thank you for having me.
I pray for all the best.
Thank you.
And of course, I will definitely go. I'll go and listen to both albums. Yes, I need it.
Actually, let me.
What put us in there? We must listen to Unatawala Yoni Yako. We must listen. So Kenneth, the guys go and subscribe to our YouTube page. Again, of course, get to consume our music and then let that music bless you. But asante sana for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All the best with the projects.
Thank you so
Serious
much.
Sana.
Asante.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen, to Lisa from the show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Asante sana.
All right. And of